It's no secret that Mojang had been neglecting the RTX feature for years. With every single update added to the game, the feature had only gotten more and more broken, to the point where it's almost unusable. But thanks to the modding community, it is now possible to improve the visuals and also fix some of the long-lasting bugs with the RTX feature that Mojang wouldn't dare to fix. Some of these issues are astonishingly simple to fix yourself, that it will leave you wondering why these issues weren't fixed years ago. With all that said, I can now safely say that Minecraft RTX is now fixed. Before we get into this video, I want to disclose that I'm using the unofficial Minecraft Bedrock launcher since it puts all of the game files in one easy to find location. I have put the link to download that launcher in the video's description. But before you go in and install it, back up your worlds because this launcher can delete important worlds that you may have. Now that you've installed it, let's get into the first mod. For those who don't know, DLSS, the upscaler that can improve performance, can be updated very easily by simply replacing its file with a newer version. The reason it's a good idea to update DLSS is because Minecraft uses a pretty old version, which doesn't have the latest visual quality improvements. If you go to the link below, it'll send you to a website that contains many different versions of DLSS. The one that I recommend using is DLSS version 2.5.1, as that is the latest version of DLSS 2.0. You can use more recent versions, and they will work, but I find that they have significantly more ghosting. There also isn't a point in using these versions anyway, since Minecraft doesn't support the recent frame generation and rate reconstruction features. Once you downloaded the DLSS file of your choice, you want to find the file directory that contains the game itself, which is located in users, then your name, app data, roaming, Minecraft Bedrock, and then versions. Once you have found the game files, you want to find the file called nvngx DLSS, and then delete it out of existence. Now, this next step is very hard, so you want to watch very carefully. What you have to do is... and that's it. The question I have about this is that if it was this easy to update DLSS, why on earth couldn't Mojang do it themselves? This took me 2 seconds. Anyway, if you get a newer version of DLSS running, and you compare it with the old one, you'll see that the newer version looks slightly better. There are also big improvements to the ghosting. In the worst case scenario, the old DLSS version does a terrible job with ghosting, while the ghosting on the newer version is almost non-existent. So yeah, using a newer version does make a pretty big difference. This is a tweak that I wouldn't recommend doing if your monitor does not support G-Sync/FreeSync. Because of Minecraft's poor implementation of VSync, leaving it on will heavily affect your performance when using the RTX feature. Disabling this is also pretty simple. All you have to do is go back to the folder that contains the game files, and then go to the installations folder instead. If you go to the correct folder, then go to package data, Minecraft PE, then options.txt, you will make it to the text file that contains every single setting in the game. It may be a little hard to find, but if you find the GFX VSync setting, you will want to set that to 0, which will disable it. Now, I know this isn't a perfect comparison, but I have recorded footage of VSync on and off, and you can see a difference in the lag spikes with the VSync left on. As you can see when it's left on, the performance is noticeably worse. Now, if you're watching this video for the first time, you're probably wondering why this video is re-uploaded. The reason it's re-uploaded was because the information in this segment was inaccurate, so I updated it with the correct information. The reason that I know this is because one of the developers of this mod had actually responded, pointing out how inaccurate the information in the video was. But before I talk more about that, I first want to talk about the better RTX mod. This mod essentially replaces some of the original code to the path tracing, and they replace those files with their own modified versions. It improves many aspects of the ray tracing feature, including disabling the denoisers for the sun shadows, as these denoisers completely smear the details in the shadows. Some more improvements include improved water, angled sun, improved rain, Glow squids actually glow now, Mojang take note, as well as many other small tweaks. If you want to install this mod for yourself, there is a script that can do this for you, and very recently he had updated the script to use a different API, so the issue related to the server connections is now fixed. They have really done some great work to fix these issues, but I will show you how to get the files from their Discord instead. The cool thing about this mod is that there are different edits or spins of Better RTX made by different people with different art styles. My personal favorite is Prisma's edit, as it has some really nice color grading. But once you have found the RTX stub and the RTX post tone mapping files, you will want to download them and then put them inside the game files again. If you have the game files open, simply search for RTX stub in order to find the file location of the two files that you want to replace. All you have to do is select the two custom Better RTX files that you downloaded, and then replace the files in the destination. And just like that, your game should now be modified with improved graphics. So, about the Reupload. Because of the issue related to the script and the server issues, I had assumed that the project was taken down, but this was actually far from the case. Not Johnny Tamale, who is one of the developers of this script, had responded to my video stating that a takedown to their project had never happened. You can pause the video here if you want to read the entire comment. So yeah, assuming that the project was taken down was my mistake, but I want to improve my content so that this doesn't happen in the future. I am going to post a follow-up video to cover everything that has happened, as well as some plans that I have in order to make sure that a mistake like this doesn't happen again.